We can be friends, and you can still criticize me.
Yeah.
But you have Keemstar and Scarce who are like, H3's a hypocrite
Oh,
because he said nigger on his podcast. It's like, dude, you're
Nope.
fucking.
Nope, not
you
the
call
same.
yourself a news source. Like, get fucking real. You're
YouTube
just
news.
you're
Yeah, if you let Keemstar and Scarce come into your life, there's something else going on there. Those guys are news for children. They're fucking Nickelodeon.
You have, but it's like it's frustrating because it's like
It is frustrating,
I
of
have
course,
nothing to
because-
apologize for, and
No,
somehow
nor
now
should you.
I'm getting more shit than
No.
PewDiePie.
You
I reached out to him before I
Yeah.
did the podcast. I was like, "Hey, do you have any comments? Do you want to talk about it? Because I'm going to talk about it." He's like, "No, I'm posting my apology video." And after I posted my video, and apparently he watched it, unlike Keemstar and Scarce and all of his 12-year-old fans who watch it and just want to get butthurt about anything. It's been quite annoying because you have people like Keemstar and Scarce who are your peers, and they'll DM you. Like Keemstar DM'd me 2 days ago, and he's like, "Hey, how are you, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while." And I'm like, "I'm fine, dude." And then the next day, he's like, "H3's a hypocrite. I didn't watch the podcast, but
Isn't that
this guy
nice?
says he's a hypocrite,
Isn't
and
that
I didn't
nice?
have any content today, so I'm going to post a video, and I don't really care about what it actually means. I'm news, but I don't actually look at things beyond surface value. I'm Keemstar.
But he
I
really-
make news for 12-year-olds."
He really wanted to know how you were feeling, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, he just wanted to be
the
on the same
fuck?
page.
N-word news for 14-year-olds. Come over here, and we'll give you all the best stuff.
Take
That's
it
right.
from me.
Christ.
Take it from me, Keemstar, who has actually used the N-word in a derogatory term.
actually- right,
PewDiePie
right.
did nothing wrong.
Come the fuck on. It's not a multi-layered fucking issue. Don't say the N-word.
It's
Just
not
don't
that
say
complicated.
It. Just don't say it.
Don't say it.
You know,
Don't say it.
Thank you.
it's not that complicated.
So Ian is known for you're known for your very kind of inflammatory you're very anti-PC. I would describe you as. Where on YouTube is a space that's very caters to like Disney-esque characters.
yeah.
They love them. And in a time where being PC it's so hard to be un-PC. Ian's the kind of guy who his slogan is nigger faggot. And I'm not going to get in trouble because I'm just quoting him.
Right.
But how do you break that down for me? Like, how
Well,
is that?
okay. Well, just for starters.
Also, he's gay.
Yeah.
Also, he's gay.
Okay,
too.
so nigger faggot isn't the slogan.
Oh,
The slogan is, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, come on.
Nigger
Ethan.
faggot, that's a character.
you've just got so many catchphrases.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy's.
I don't make them myself. I just, I can get away with it because someone else said it, right?
Right.
So
Well, who said nigger faggot?
an unfortunate gentleman whose Kickstarter I made fun of.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, that's
so,
how it
Oh, so
started?
it's almost like you're not even the racist. You're just like, this guy happened to say it, and I'm just living his memory.
right, exactly.
What was the Kickstarter? I didn't catch that one.
It was basically a game console. This young man was making a game console
Right.
that had it. He had the schematics up there and everything, but the schematics were drawn in MS Paint,
Okay.
and it didn't look quite right. So
Right.
I decided to talk about it, and next thing I know, he's making a vlog directed toward me, and he opens it up with something like, "You motherfucking nigger faggot."
Oh.
No way.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's a wonderful backstory because I feel like you get a lot of heat for saying that.
Right.
But it's actually a wonderful little callback.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm not.
You're not
I'm
that.
not that racist.
Okay, a little bit though. Self-admittedly, just a little racist.
Oh yeah,
But let's be
everyone's
honest.
a little bit.
How did he come up with that?
It's wonderfully
I
creative.
believe he watched the Derek comedy sketch. If you guys are familiar with that.
So it didn't even start from him.
No, I don't think so.
So
I think
nigger
he actually
faggot's just
stole
been
it.
around the block.
Yeah.
Everyone's just been
It's a-
borrowing it from each other.
Yeah.
Nigger faggot whore. It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going.
Yeah. Like soliloquy.
It's a
Feels good on your mouth.
It's like mouth silk. Mm-hmm. I have such a troubled relationship with YouTube. I feel like I've spent so much of my career bitching about YouTube that I almost
Yeah.
I'm out of breath, dude.
Just over it.
I'm out of breath. I like Lost. I feel like I just been beat down. I've been shamed. I'm naked in a dungeon. They're like passing me bread under the door. I'm just like, I can't. Just take me Just fuck me in the ass. I love you.
I can't say I feel the same.
It's
about
just
you
like,
two.
I don't know. I feel like you don't
Fuck me in the
care.
ass, you two.
It's like that famous Mike Tyson line where he was talking to a guy pre-fight, and he goes, it's one of my favorite lines ever.
I
You
think
just
I remember this.
Fuck me, I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
Yeah.
It's like,
I saw that recently.
I love that domination play. That's a good line for your character, by the way.
Yeah.
Put that in the vault. You want to test it?
I'll fuck. Yo, faggot. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
There's so much in that sentence.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's fucking a guy,
It's passionate.
but somehow he's not gay. He's turning the other guy gay because he fucks him so good. I love it. So I feel like YouTube's fucked me till I loved them, faggot. I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, so I've been beaten to submission. I'm their gimp.
Yeah.
Oh, I love YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube's all right.
That's what.
But you
it's just
shouldn't have
a
said it in the first
word.
place.
And even before Keemstar and Scarce made these plebeian videos without even watching my podcast, who just want to appeal to the 12-year-old fans and get clickbait views, everyone was like, "It's just a word. It's just a word. How could you throw your friend under the bus?"
Go tell that to a...
And to Keemstar and to Scarce, shame on you. You're my peers. You take yourself seriously. You made a fucking joke of yourself. I have no respect for either of you. You know what? If you think I'm wrong, if you think that I'm a racist and a hypocrite, if you didn't bother to watch the podcast and you downvoted and you left a mean comment and you called me a hypocrite, fuck off.
Unsubscribe. Yeah,
Don't
just
watch.
leave.
There it
Don't
is.
watch.
Because we'll have a lot less of that shit to deal
Enjoy
with in the future.
Keemstar, the pinnacle of logic and sanity on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go enjoy his fucking show.
Bye-bye.
Where everything he says is well researched and rational and reasoned. Keemstar,
We'll see you in a month.
the
When you
fucking guy
resubscribe.
that looks like
You dumb bitches.
Yeah.
When you guys did
It
that
was.
podcast, did you think that was going to lead to a bunch of people going, yeah, but what about... well,
yeah.
actually...
Well, I had some premonition, but not to the level where Keemstar and Scarce were basically clickbaiting about it and
I didn't
acting
even
like I was the
see
great
that.
betrayer of YouTube.
that shit drives me fucking
Oh, it's
crazy.
pathetic.
You
And
fucking,
shame on them.
If your whole career is based on trying to obscure other people's messages, then you don't really
Well, they just
have a
reduce
clear
it.
message.
They reduce it to the most dramatic clickbait title.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what sells.
Yeah.
So you have to boil it down to something that's way simpler than what it is.
I mean, I can see why Keem would do it because he's been dealing with that shit for a long time.
Oh yeah, say the N word in a derogatory
Yeah.
mean insult is fucking normal.
In a heated
PewDiePie did
gaming
nothing
moment.
wrong. Oh, Ethan's a hypocrite. Fuck off. That unsubscribe button is
Fuck
right down there.
off.
Click it and go subscribe to Keemstar. Hit that bell and enjoy the ride. And in 3 years, when you grow up, come back here because I'll be waiting. The H3 HG production has always been about logical. We break it down and we think about it. That's why the social justice warrior criticism comes in. You're going to tell me, who's been making fun and lambasting and discrediting these people for years, that I don't have this right?
Right.
Fuck off.
Right.
Listen to the fucking podcast. Keemstar's your source of factual information. Disconnect your internet, dude.
Well, their moms will have to because it's in their name.
Disconnect the internet. Go play Halo. Fuck up. I am not sorry.
Daddy,
Think for yourself. That's what this is all about.
Think for
Oh,
yourself.
Keemstar's the pinnacle of free thought. Drama alert. Welcome to the stroke victim nation.
You're not watching fucking TRL
What a fucking
over
loser.
here. You're watching actual professional comedians with their hot
This
takes.
is a fucking nearly 40-year-old man who thrives on making videos about Jake Paul. Let's turn to him for the news. Fuck off. I'm pissed off, dude. And I got nothing to apologize for. And it's part of the internet that's just so fucked that someone can just take like, oh, me saying nigger and a podcast when I'm referring it, when it's irrelevant to the conversation, and put it close to that and post it. And then someone like Keemstar is like, let's
Look,
get
he
some
said
clicks
it
here.
too.
Yeah. Look, yeah, exactly. There's no.
As if he's the moral authority.
Anyway.
Just want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you continue to watch. And while I got my first AdSense payment from all the views I've been getting, I don't want to tell you how much it was, but let's just say it was enough, alright? So thanks again for watching, guys. Tune in for the video, my new video, and hope you all have a great Halloween, too spooky for you, and a great year ahead. So, hey, thanks again. And boy, thanks for the shirt, guys. It really fits nice. It's nice to have half of my area insulated, especially with the winter coming up. This is really gonna help me out. So thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and watch the movie. See ya. What's that, Jeff Dunham? Oh, he says he's shy. What'd you say, Jeff? What? You don't like black people? Oh, he says he doesn't like Arabs either. Oh, hang on. What's that, Jeff Dunham? Oh, he thinks women are bimbos. Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't even want to know what Jeff just said about... Whoa. What's that, Jeff? No. Okay. Put your arms around me. Oh, stop. You're hurting me. Shut up, bitch. Hey, Jeff Dunham, what do you think about Arab Americans? I kill you! Hey, Jeff Dunham, what do you think about, black people? No comment.
Really?
And I said, well, Leafy, you're putting about as much effort into your content as you ever did. You know, I would love people saying, "Oh, Leafy, come back." I would love to see Leafy come back and try to exist in the landscape today. Like the content that he was making would never fly on YouTube today, and you have to adapt and overcome the fact that like you can't even curse, bro. Like I don't know. I'd like to see him try to make a comeback, but and again, I find it somewhat rich. I don't know how serious Leafy was being. Because everyone was egging him on, like, Leafy, you got to come back and make a video on iDubbbz because his girlfriend has an OnlyFans account. And so, you know, to give Leafy the benefit of the doubt, I think he was probably just playing into the gag. Mm-hmm. That being said, he is kind of questioning his masculinity by calling him a cuck, right? I mean,
right.
So I find that ironic considering you can readily find pictures of Leafy's with his gaping asshole essentially on the internet. I mean, he has his nudes leaked, and I'm not going to obviously show them, but he's literally pulling his butt cheeks open and his gaping shaved asshole on display, which is probably if you're gonna question a dude's masculinity in the traditional sense, which I would never do. I'm just saying that is probably more feminine of an act to say, here's I present to you my shaved gaping asshole for you to take. Then
it sounds way worse than anything that's on her OnlyFans too. If she doesn't do nudes, that's like infinitely worse.
There's nothing wrong with any of it. I would never judge anybody, but I was only saying if somebody who is questioning the masculinity of another one were to have a photo like that on the internet would be just kind of rich. One would say so. I would say if you have a picture of yourself, your own gaping asshole being presented saying, take me, I'm yours, to not question other men's masculinity is what I would offer to the public discourse.
I would offer people to not question anyone's masculinity.
I would never. Well, that's the thing, because but you're right, because the incel community, these whole red pills, they don't attract other women. And they make everything worse because they are just trying to be cool to all the other red and black pillars that they become so bitterly unattractive because of shit like this that no sane person would ever want to have anything to do with you because you are so bitterly unattractive. You're obsessed with other people's masculinity. You're obsessed with what's fair in the world. You're obsessed with all of these issues of cuck and simp and and chads. It's like, bro, how do you know you are the most unfuckable person that ever lived? Yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It really is. Or apes or whatever, right? Our Neanderthal cousins were probably just raping like crazy. So there's definitely something like in us to like conquer. Men want to like conquer.
Right.
So it's, women are in a nature setting like to be conquered. But apparently the furry community is not without its drama because he was getting a lot of pressure. He was being harassed to cancel it because apparently I think I'm transphobic. I don't know.
I don't know how that started.
Well, the transphobic thing started from I made a joke about cutting my penis. What was it? I made a joke about cutting my penis off.
Your penis touched the toilet bowl.
Oh, right.
And so you're gonna
It's
cut
one
it
of
off.
your tweets. It's a serious. It's like a comedy book, really.
My tweets are a comedy book?
Yeah, if you had like a coffee table with like little comedy.
Yo, I just got a book idea. I had tweeted out something that like my penis had touched the toilet bowl seat.
Yeah, so
and now I'm gonna have to change my gender or something like that. And so they got angry because they're like, gender has nothing to do with your penis. Gender. See, I was transphobic because just because you cut your penis off doesn't make you a woman. To which I respond, I made the decision that my new identity was going to be as a female. Oh, I said I was going to change my name to like Eleanor or something. I cut my dick off, and I want someone to fuck me in my my empty dick cavity. Slot.
Whoa.
Dan, you up for it?
Let me sleep on it. I'll let you know tomorrow.
So they said I'm transphobic because I made a cutting my penis joke off. Let me start this video by telling you guys a story, okay? There was once a guy, he was OCD, and anytime anything got a little icky, he lost his mind. He washed his hands 20 times a day. He was OCD as you can imagine. Well, one day, in a public bathroom, that his dick happened to touch the inside of the toilet bowl. That's just life, okay? But for this guy with OCD, he couldn't handle it. He had to cut it off and restart his life as a woman. Now, obviously, that's a bit of an overreaction, and that's what makes it comical, okay? Now, that's the joke that I told on Twitter that had a lot of people accusing me of being transphobic. So this person wrote H3H3 is transphobic 8 times in response to my tweet, and it has 300 retweets and 1,000 likes.
This is the joke police. Put your hands in the air and log out of Twitter.
Now, this is the first time I've ever been accused of being like racist or transphobic or anything like that. One of these things where people get on the soapbox and they have to apologize and your sponsors find out and YouTube. It's like one of these things, right? It didn't really escalate that far, but I felt like I was under the microscope of like, hey, this guy's a bigot. Or I don't know what people say. Okay, so I felt like I was thinking about it a lot because it was a really interesting experience for me, and I felt like I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So what I wrote was, my dick just touched the inside of the toilet bowl. There's no other solution. I'm cutting my dick off. Apparently the part that was really offensive that I didn't realize was that underneath I said, my name is Ellen. I'm changing my name from Ethan to Ellen, and thereby starting my life as a female because my dick touched the inside of the toilet bowl. Now I'm just gonna say this for the first time, and I'll keep repeating it, but
Just because you were offended by a joke doesn't mean that the joke was inherently offensive. Let me turn on the siren for the joke police. Hold on. Just because you were offended by a joke doesn't mean that the joke was inherently offensive.
maybe I'm being obtuse. Maybe I'm being transphobic. I don't know, but I don't feel like I am. And that's what's so frustrating. Can somebody tell me what was so offensive about what I said that set off people to be so angry at me, to feel like we were having such a misunderstanding? I want to read some of the responses on Twitter and offer a response to them now. So walk with me. Let's take a look. When I found out that I was being accused of being transphobic, I made a little bit of a goof in response to it. Is it too late to take the joke back if I've already chopped my wiener off? One person said, the joke is transphobic. The fact that he would make such a joke and not back down when told is transphobic proves that he is himself transphobic. Boom, dude. Got me every bit of the way. Oh! Lock me up, you guys. I have committed a joke crime. Most people have said problematic shit before. You apologize. You strive to do better. People are mostly quick to forgive and honest mistakes and transgressions. But nah, Ethan had to be childish about this. I disagree. I just fundamentally disagree. I feel that people are apologizing for too much shit. I personally feel, and you'll know that if you've been watching our channel, that people are too sensitive and demanding of apologies over shit. So maybe I am being childish about it. I mean, the joke itself was childish to begin with. But to say that I owe you or anybody an apology it's not true. I don't. And by the way, I noticed that you said transgressions. That could be problematic if you think about it long enough. Seriously, that could be extremely problematic. These jokes harm our community. Murder and suicide are rampant. I'm not offended. It's that it's important for me to fight to the end these tragedies. Okay, Martin Luther King just made a little joke about chopping my dick off. Not time to march on Washington, D.C. How's that a tragedy? It is a tragedy for me. Have some sympathy. My dick touched the toilet bowl. That's a tragedy.
So yesterday, the app Triller, who had exclusive rights to stream the Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight, put out a press release in regards to piracy and illegally rebroadcasting the event. But what's interesting about this press release is there's specific mention of one creator, that creator being Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast. The statement shared with us reads out, Triller filed legal action on April 23rd in U.S. District Court of Central California against the owners of the H3 podcast website for piracy of the April 17th event and a dozen other sites that restreamed and profited from as many as hundreds of thousands of users each. More than 2 million illegal streams of the event occurred for the Jake Paul vs. Ben Askren boxing match. In the case of H3 Podcast, Triller added to the site to its legal action after the site's owner admitted on his own podcast that he pirated and shared the Paul vs. Askren fight. The legal action could result in civil fines up to $150,000 per illegal stream, as well as potentially $250,000 in criminal fines and up to 5 years in jail. The fines are calculated at $150,000 per instance. So for H3 and other sites who rebroadcast the event to many people, the damages are large. And for reference, H3's podcast where he showed the fight ended up gaining over 1 million views and still climbing. So, needless to say, that's a lot of money. Anyways, Ethan Klein responded to this by saying, apparently I'm being sued by Triller? News to me, especially considering I did not rebroadcast it or pirate it. What? So after this tweet came out, many fans and critics of H3 ended up posting clips from his podcast where he does say that he pirated it.
But I don't know why the ref called it. I just found that the obscene.
You know what?
I waited
I felt that way.
fucking long for that.
You watched?
I watched the whole. I bootlegged it. I pirated it. 1.5 million pay-per-view orders. I didn't pay for that shit. I almost did, but Ian came through with the link. Daddy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You gonna play cool?
You didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything.
Ian, you sent me the link. Come on. You had like backups on backups and backups. I was like, this one's not working. I'm going to buy it. You're like, hold strong. You sent me one that worked.
I also reached out to Ethan Klein to see if he had any response or comment to all of this that's happening. And here he gave me the statement. I did not want to support a credibly accused rapist, but I did not broadcast the link, only watch what was readily available. And adding, I didn't host anything.
So in his statement to Philip DeFranco, Ethan Klein says, I did not broadcast the link, only watched what was readily available.
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Yeah, I really don't think that statement holds up. You can clearly see the link in full view, in a high enough resolution to see every single character to retype in yourself. And that video that is shown is not footage that is readily available. Obviously, there's clips of the knockout on Twitter and other platforms from official sources, which are illegal to rebroadcast. But most of this almost 14-minute footage is content that is supposed to be exclusively behind the paywall that Triller has up to watch the fight. So saying that this was footage readily available to the non-paying public is just wrong. And even though Ethan Klein didn't show the entire 14-minute video uploaded by his employee Zach, he did share the link in full view, giving anybody who watched his video access to view the 14 minutes of footage. Now luckily for him, the highest view count we know of for the 14-minute video is 21 views, and since this controversy he has privated that video, so maybe Ethan will only have to pay out $3 million rather than the impossible number that would have been conceived from counting 1 million views worth of piracy fines.
I'll sit in silence.
BTS? I don't get the BTS thing. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like K-pop. I hate K-pop. I don't get BTS.
K-pop?
They look like they're just a bunch of. How did this become a thing in Western culture where all these grown men and little girls are jerking off to little K-pop boys? It's like a little fetish. It's like a little twink gay fetish about these K-pop boys.
Does Ian have an insight on K-pop?
Ian, do you like K-pop? What do you think about BTS?
I mean, I don't like it, but I mean, it's just pop. I don't know.
Just pop music.
You know,
but you like
F
pop.
tier, easy. I don't know. I don't like the kind of the blend they do of like hip hop and then like really not that interesting pop music. I don't know. It's not for me. But I see why people like it.
But do people like it ironically? Or
No.
Because that's what I thought.
No. Dude, people are crazy on Twitter, the K-pop fans. It's so weird. All they do is post a GIF of their favorite like K-pop person dancing, and they go fucking crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure that somebody's going to try to assassinate me. Like, everybody's into this K-pop phenomenon, and I don't know. It's like
I don't think it's everyone. Do you guys know?
So these are the top channels. What else is going on here? Let me see if Aiden Ross is streaming, because I kind of wanted to shit talk that little punk. Or maybe I can't. Maybe I'm not even allowed to do that on Twitch. I don't know. I need to catch up with the norms. You know?
Twitch is completely different from what it was a few years ago.
Yeah, dude. It was
wild.
Let's see what Aiden Ross is up to. So this kid, Aiden Ross, man, really pissing me off lately. The gambling shit and the crypto shit, he's just not a good dude. I mean, I don't know him personally, but it just seems like he's willing to do anything to just make money off the back of his fans and then laugh about it. That crypto shit, I don't know. The gambling...
In reality, you guys got scammed?
The gambling shit is kind of blowing my mind the most lately. Let me see if anyone's gambling right. All right, well, feel better. I mean, take care of yourself, you know?
I'll give you a illness update as time goes on.
Are you an ill person in general?
Yeah, I'm usually ill. I'm ill a lot.
I'm
the illest.
He's got a license to ill.
No, but I'm being serious. Throughout your life, do you find yourself like sick a lot, or is this a reoccurring thing throughout your
Kinda.
time here on Earth?
I don't know.
Do you have allergies or something? Like, do you have some kind of chronic illness?
Yeah, that's probably what's going on.
Ian, you're being a troll.
Do you have a chronic illness or of some kind?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I mean, I just don't know why you're trying to make a joke out of this when I'm having genuine concern for your health.
I don't think. Well, as long as I don't have corona or anything, I'm cool.
I don't think it's got here yet, but you, by the sound of it, will be the first one to get it.
Oh, I got it, baby.
All right, Ian, I'm trying to include you in the show, but like...
Oh, he's got a corona.
Oh, what the fuck? Why you have a corona?
Crack open a cold one, my man.
Were you just waiting for this?
You're starting to sound like a soundbite machine.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm trying to include you in the show, and I don't know if you're doing shtick or if you're trying to engage in a serious conversation
He's being a little trolly.
And I don't appreciate it.
That's the best place to be.
What am I doing? Why do you even talk to him? Like, I try to talk to him. I try to include him in the show. I like that dynamic here on the show is what makes it interesting for me. We got 3 guys back there, a bunch of characters, and the 2 of us in here. I'm trying to make the show interesting. I'm trying to enrich the dynamic. But Ian refuses to engage. Like, after all I've done for him, I gave him purpose. I gave him a job. I gave him a girlfriend, a love life, everything. I built him up to the man he is today. And I don't know what I do to deserve this disrespect. Like, I genuinely want to know how he is, and I'm getting shtick. I don't understand. What do you have to say about that? I'm not joking.
I think I offer a good balance. I think I'm differentiating from the 2 comedians next to me over here. We're offering a good
Turn off his mic.
palette.
This guy. Right, Hila? Do you agree with me?
I agree with you because we need the truth.
I want a genuine conversation. I'm not looking for shtick. I do the shtick. You answer the questions I ask you. That's how this works. Right, Hila?
That's right.
Thank you. Somebody backs me up, fine.
I mean...
All right, let's move on, because Ian's putting everyone to sleep.
We talk about everything.
I just did a whole...
everything.
You guys will see at the copy read for Manscaped, I did a 7-minute monologue about how I nicked my shaft. But we have to move on, because he's slowing the show down.
Yeah. A little disrespectful.
That's put it mildly. All right, let's just move on, because I'm getting upset.
Ian, think at least 100.
Ian, don't say anything. Ian, would you buy it?
Wait, do you want me to? I wouldn't buy it, no.
Okay. Why did I ask you?
But if this was Kanye's Armpit?
If it was Kanye's butthole, would you buy it?
Oh, I'd freaking eat it.
Right.
Are you disenchanted with Kanye, or are you still all in on Kanye?
I've tapped out a little bit. He seems to have wound down.
Is there
you don't hear as much about him anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that.
He's laying low.
And is there another person who's become the object of your affection and obsession?
Yeah, it's Ethan Klein.
He stands. He has no choice but to stand.
There's nothing real about anything he says. Gigi Hadid, Wendy Williams is back in the news. We love Wendy Williams.
Off of a third floor
Drew Carey. We all know Drew Carey. Host of The Price is Right and comedian. His ex-girlfriend was murdered, thrown out of a hotel window. And this is Wendy Williams' Hot Topics take. It says Hot Topics behind her.
Better listen closer to this show.
She is such a monster. All right, up next, we've got the main dish. Fireworks. We said to ourselves, hey, we've got a brilliant idea. Let's get the great minds together. We've got Skippy the Virgin, and we've got Kyle the Grandma Fucker. They're almost like the TLC boys.
They are.
We posted today a new video about a dude who has sex with his car. Or even, well, that's, I'm not giving enough credit. He's in an intimate relationship. He loves the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about sex.
Yeah.
It's about so much more. Sorry to him if I offended him. I really hope he reaches out.
He probably
One of my
would.
favorite things is we talk about these TLC videos, and then out of the woods comes these wonderful characters.
So Skippy was on TLC?
Yes,
He was,
the
right?
Virgin.
And Kyle.
Yeah. So it's almost like the learned boys. I'm trying to think of a good name for the gang we've got here. The great minds of TLC. So we said to ourselves, we have these great, larger than life personalities. Kyle, who's had sex with so many grandmas, who's literally broken vaginas in his time. We talked to him last night trying to set this up. He says, hey guys, I just got done fucking a 79-year-old. He sent us a picture of them together. Skippy, who tapes his dates. Do we have footage of that, Dan?
Ooh, we do. I don't think I have it queued up though. Let me see.
Skippy recently he does this thing where he goes on dates and he films the whole thing. And let me tell you, folks, that is not.
I do have it.
It is not easy to sit there. You have some like a supercut of it.
Yeah, it's just a quick.
All right, let's
it's like
take a
a
look.
minute and a half.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec.
So Skippy the Virgin, who's a devout Mormon, he defines himself by his virginity, yet he waits for marriage. Good, and I have to say, Skippy, you're not getting any closer with videos like this. Let's watch.
This is my date. Her name is Deanna.
Hello.
We are going to a comedy show.
Comedy show.
It's
improv laugh.
But they're all getting Skippy rape whistle, no sex for you bracelet, Skippy stickers.
I don't even have these things.
You do.
So this
You don't? What's the wildest thing you would do for a Klondike bar? Would you kiss a guy for a Klondike bar? We're getting this woman a Klondike bar.
Can you pause it?
Klondike bar.
I mean, Skippy, you're basically you're approaching her for prostitution in exchange for all things a Klondike bar. It's one thing to get paid $1,000 to suck a guy's dick. It's a whole nother thing to do it for a Klondike bar.
It seems like they're having fun though.
You think so? Go back.
Yeah.
Look at her face.
Well, everything we saw up to this point was before the
Yeah.
date, like on the way to the date. Right here is where the attitude changes a little bit.
Dan, can you go back 10 seconds and everyone watch her face as he propositions her for a Klondike bar? Right here.
You don't? What's the wildest thing you would do for a Klondike bar? Would you kiss a guy for a Klondike bar? We're getting this woman a Klondike bar.
She does not want that Klondike bar. Okay, things progress.
When was the last, how long since your last relationship? Over a year ago? How long is the longest relationship? You had like a 2 to 5 year relationship, didn't you?
Yeah, she's over it.
Let's do it. I think I've had technically 3 girlfriends, and I've made out with, I want to say,
Look at her
49
face.
is the
You made out with 49 girls?
Yeah, that's the
Hold
thing
on,
that I've
pause.
all...
That's a lot.
Oh, wow.
No girls ever grabbed his dick? 49 makeouts? You never touched a tit? I guess that's not sex.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry to pause.
We thought about, like, people in relationships kiss the same person over and over again. It's like one person 2,000 times as opposed to...
2,000 people.
Yeah, or 49 people, once. People ask me, like, hey, Skippy, are you still a virgin? The title of the video,
Are you tonight?
Big secret. We didn't have sex. You were there. You were conscious for the whole... I shouldn't normally have to ask this, but can you let people know I didn't roofie you once? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think the date went?
Good.
Do you think another date is a possibility? I think we should, if for nothing else.
Let the comments decide.
Okay, we'll let the comments decide. That's so.
Okay. That's Skippy. Nothing needs to be more said about this legend.
She was into it at first.
It was a long fucking night. It was daytime.
Yeah.
They did something. And when they came back, she was just like, take me home. You know what I mean? Well. All right, let's roll it. We got them together, these two great minds, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I says, Kyle, you've got the knowledge, you've got the experience. And the old ladies is kind of an easy in too. So can you talk to Skippy? I want to get this guy some play.
Mm-hmm.
So without further ado, let me tell you, fireworks. It started one way and it ended a whole nother way with them with Skippy actually yelling at Kyle. Unbelievable. What a treat. With that being said, let's enjoy the show. I am on the phone with Skippy the Virgin and Kyle the Cougar Champ here. I thought that, with the knowledge that Kyle the Cougar Champ has, he could really share and improve on Skippy's life. Skippy, have you seen our new video? We covered one of your contemporaries, a TLC documentary about a young man that has sex with a car. Did you catch that?
No, I avoid I avoid that stuff. But yeah, tell me about it.
Is putting your dick? Let me ask you this: can you have sex with a car? Is that something that your religion would allow? Because I know you're waiting for marriage, but are you allowed to put your dick in a tailpipe before marriage?
I think you could do that as long as it's consensual. And but it's an inanimate. What am I talking about? Only consensual people would do. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good.
Inanimate object, sure.
Can you do?
Yeah, I suppose.
So your bishop's okay with that?
I would still tell him that I had done that.
Of course.
But
well, yeah, of
I
course.
suppose you could
Let me
do
ask
that
you,
and not tell. Yeah.
Skippy, before we check in with you next, can you check with your bishop and get his take if you are allowed to put your dick in a tailpipe? I'd like to follow up on that if possible.
I would legitimately be super embarrassed to ask him that, so probably that won't happen. But let's just assume that that's something that they leave up
Skippy,
to the individuals to decide.
If you put your dick in a car's tailpipe, would you tell your bishop?
Yeah, of course I would.
Of course.
I would think that means I have mental problems and I need psychological help. So yeah.
Right, sure. Yeah, of course. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into it here. We've got questions for all of ourselves. Kyle, let's start there. Skippy, you don't have sex because you are waiting for marriage. Is that correct?
Exactly. It's not that I can't. It's that I want to wait until I get married.
Now, Kyle,
why?
It's a religious thing.
Why?
Yeah, but
okay.
Skippy, I thought that maybe it's been a long time. We've checked in with you. It's been a minute, and there's been no progress, right? You don't have a girlfriend. In fact, we've seen a date that you went on. You recorded it. We've watched it before we went in. Personally, I thought it was entertaining, but I don't recommend that if you're actually trying to start a meaningful relationship. But what I'm pitching to you is that, Skippy, we haven't seen much progress, and I think that Kyle has a good pitch for you for dating older women.
If I want to, I'll listen to the pitch. I will listen to the pitch with an open mind.
Okay, that's all we ask.
I have built-in reservations, but I will try and listen to his advice as openly as I can.
Okay.
I will say I will never try and have sex with a grandma. That sounds the reverse of what I want. I
Well,
don't know,
Skippy, hear him out. You don't know what you want. You just said you'd be open to putting your dick in a tailpipe.
Skippy,
okay.
Skippy,
Okay.
do you know what's a GJ?
A what?
Skippy, do you know what the ecstasy that is a GJ? A GJ is when a grandma takes her dentures out and gums on your cock, Skippy. Don't tell me that doesn't fucking give you a semi-chub right now.
Oh my goodness sakes, that repulses me. So that is to me what my belly button lint is to everyone else.
Well, I think it's really cute that dude just said built-in reservations. I think you don't really have the ground to stand on for options right now. I mean, this whole thing about waiting for marriage, man. Look, dude, it's 2018. There is no God, and not trying something out before you buy it or wear it is just you're setting yourself up for ridiculous disappointment and failure.
How do you respond to that, Skippy?
I would way rather set myself up for that than to ever get a GJ. So,
well,
I'm
Skippy,
okay
to be
with
fair,
that.
to be fair, you've
If
never
my
had.
two options are die a virgin or get a GJ, I would die a virgin so fast. I would be totally okay with that.
If I'm understanding Skippy right, he is calling out your lifestyle, Kyle, and it's. I mean, I don't know that necessarily agree, but I mean, I'm wondering how you're going to respond.
I was debating whether or not I was even going to bring this up. That's why I didn't even email it to your producer when we were talking with like my actual thoughts on this. See, I really don't want to call dude out, but I kind of think dude's a troll. I mean, and for two reasons. Okay, but for the reasons I think that he is, I also think he's not for the same reasons. I was looking at the YouTube page. I was looking at the TV specials and whatnot. Dude has this little moment, just like I have my little moment. Same thing. I fuck grandma and she don't fuck at all. That's cool. That's our both of our little shit. Whatever.
Yep.
But I was looking at the YouTube page, and I see dudes trying to get followers. I see the guy's Twitter and whatnot. But then the reason I think he's not trolling is because none of it's monetized. So on one side you have, look at me, I'm a virgin, but on the other side you have, I'm not getting anything out of this. So I'm kind of confused as to what's going on here. Is it a really good act? But you're not getting compensation for it, so it probably isn't. So I'm not sure what side the fence this falls on.
What's your theory, Kyle?
I can reply to that.
Go ahead.
I see that in the comments sometimes from people also where people are like, he's just playing a character. There's no way that this is him. He's like saying that he's a virgin, and then he's probably using the microcosm of notoriety that he gets to be able to to quote one person, to plow tons of chicks, right? Which is not what it is, and I understand people thinking that. But my counter to that would be like anyone that knows me, like. I am good at three things in this life. I'm good at meeting celebrities up at Sundance. I am good at.
You know what? I think that I have one ultimate counter to your point there, Kyle. If I can butt in, he has a jar full of belly button lint.
We actually have we have
a sample of that. So I can't think of anything of a more sincere evidence that a man has never put his dick inside of a vagina than that.
That may be possible, but I'm calling out. Is it a sick? Is it something like? But
you think he's playing it up? You think he's playing it up? Why? This is an interesting point Kyle raises, Skippy. Why is your whole identity, defined as Skippy the Virgin? Why is that your whole identity? If you're waiting for marriage, why is it all about I'm Skippy the Virgin? If you won't just like put your dick in the next hole you see, and you would dare to decline a G job.
I find a G job as repulsive as you find my belly button.
So you say.
I 100% say
Kyle,
that.
Can you describe? Kyle, can you briefly describe the ecstasy that is a G job to Skippy?
No, I couldn't because I was going to say it's kind of like fucking a pussy, but like it can move around and it can squeeze you more because it can have more pressure because you have a fucking mandible there instead of a fucking labia minora majora squeezing you and whatnot.
Right,
but
Skippy,
you wouldn't. You don't have a point of preference.
Skippy, how do you respond to
that? There's a part of me that feels like if this is what my life has come to, where my virginity is looked at as the same as a guy who wants to have sex with grandmas, there's something really wrong with how I've been doing things in my life if that's what virginity is compared to, like, on a spectrum. If what at the one end is a G job and at the other end is virginity, I'm doing something severely wrong.
Skippy, it's not virginity, it's defining yourself as a virgin. Like, how do you reconcile
and even
that?
then, I would say that if the first TV show, so the very first show I was on, reality show, when I was 24, MTV went town to town asking, what do you do on a Saturday night in your hometown? And I was on a super, super tiny MTV show that was one episode that ran once back when I was 24, right? Okay, and then the next reality show I was on, I was like older and a virgin, so that was what. So that was the thing that was unique about me.
You were identified as the virgin during one of your previous appearances, and it stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Skippy, let me ask you this: have you ever?
My goal is
Skippy,
to be.
Can I ask you this? Have you ever used a fleshlight or any masturbatory toys to help aid to make it feel like you're having sex?
No, in fact, I didn't even masturbate for the first time until I was 26 or 27.
Describe that experience to me. I'm curious. What was that like after waiting that long?
My first time masturbating?
Yeah.
Guilt-ridden and disgust with myself that I hadn't waited longer like others that I had known. And even when I was like, okay, it's natural. This is how, instead of having wet dreams kind of thing. But there's still that part of me that is like, okay, the goal is still to get married so that I'm not having wet dreams, not
Skippy,
having to do that kind of thing.
Did you tell your bishop, did you masturbate? What was his feedback?
Let's see. So I'm 40 now. I was 27 the first time I did. I know that I did kind of thing because I know it's something where the underlying principle of it is that you're, in the Bible, he that looks on a woman to lust after her, is committing a sin in his heart kind of thing. So I get the reasoning behind it, and it's tough to go. I mean, like I went like 5 months without doing that here a couple months ago and was really proud of myself.
Let me ask you this, Skippy. If we bought you a fleshlight, would you use it?
No, not even.
Why? But why? You said you put your dick up a tailpipe.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference? You're willing to. You said you could put your dick in a tailpipe, but you can't use a fleshlight. I'd like to hear your bishop explain that one.
Okay. So I was joking about that because I thought that you guys were joking also. Because
would I ever, Skippy?
Would I ever put my dick in a tailpipe of a car? No, not once, not ever. Like if you're asking me a serious question. The reason why I would never tell my bishop about that is because I would never do that kind of thing. I would never have sex with inanimate objects. So I thought you guys were kidding, and I thought you could tell that I was kidding with that too.
Skippy,
does that make sense?
No, we're on the same page. We're
Okay.
kidding. I know you would never do such a thing. But on the flip side, I do think that if we sent you some kind of masturbatory toys, if you're already masturbating, I think it would be interesting feedback. I know, for example, they have fleshlights that look like buttholes. You can even get weird with one of those. Would you use that?
No, not.
Hey, I'll take one. I'll take one.
Kyle, we need to get fleshlights with gum.
Give mine to him. Yeah.
We need to get fleshlights with teethless gums.
That's a great idea. As far as I know, those don't exist yet. That's a fucking great idea.
Okay, well, I don't feel that this conversation is going anywhere, Skippy. I have to say, although I love you, you're not very flexible. You're not willing to help yourself. I really want you to have sex, Skippy. I really want you to have sex.
Hey, Ethan, I have one question.
Go ahead,
I have
please.
one question, Ethan.
Yeah.
How's mom and can I smash?
I really am so tempted to hang up on the guy right now because you're talking about my mom. So get the bleeper button ready. Fuck you, dude. And that's disgusting. And guys, at this point, I'm legitimately pissed off at you if you're going to not tell him for saying that to me.
Okay.
That's my mom. We're not talking about some generic grandma, dude.